Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2012 Toyota Camry. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, this is meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. And this one, if you are not looking for something that needs a little bit of work, you can stop the video now. But if you're okay with just a little bit, I think this is probably a decent one, just because it's a Toyota, so it's got to be decent, right? But anyways, we're gonna take a look at this and see what we got. All right, so just hang with me. And what else are you gonna do? You're probably sitting on the toilet during office time, anyways, right? So here we go. All right, 2012 Toyota Camry, pretty decent looking on this side. This is the side that goes through the auction, so this is the side that Matt saw on the video. No real dents, dings, scratches, or anything like that. Tires are not the greatest, right at the wear bars, so probably about 25%. Rear tires, right about the same, so tires probably need to be replaced. Interior, it's the leather, has your normal wear and tear. It's 2012, so it's about 14 years old. That's probably to be expected. It's clean, but it's probably just could use some, vacuuming if you wanted it, or shampooing if you wanted it like, clean. All right, back here, still looks pretty decent. It's the XLE package. That Toyota symbol definitely has value. Everyone knows that Toyota lasts. They just last longer. 200,000 miles on a Toyota is like 100,000 miles on a domestic car. So this tire looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's a really good tire. So I don't know if that's a spare or what that is. So you've got at least one good tire. All right, so here's the side that Matt did not see going through the auction. But that's all right. It's not the end of the world. All right, so it does need some body work. It is not the end of the world. All right, so let's see what we can find here. We've got, you need a fender. You could get away without a hood, but to make it really nice, you need a hood. You need a grill. You need a bumper and a bumper cover. And you need a headlight. And you might need some other little pieces in there, but really that seems to be the bulk of it. And so you're probably looking at, if you can, this is kind of like Legos. I mean, it might not be perfect, but it's kind of like Legos. If you can put pieces together, you could probably buy those parts at a salvage yard for probably $600 or $700. So for less than $1,000, you could get the parts in the right color to get that fixed. So if you wanted to take on the job of fixing it, obviously there's a little bit of tricks to it as far as lining stuff up and all of that. But if you wanted to do that, you could. So here is your motor. Started right up. Sounds good. I know my sister's Camry, she had it, and she was driving it at 285,000 miles or something, and she got into a wreck, and I think she would have still driven it away if they would have let her, but they wouldn't let her drive it. It was just, Camrys, they just last forever. So here on the dash, maintenance required light. Typically on a Toyota, maintenance required means oil change. Tire pressure sensors or tire pressure light, that's probably tire pressure sensors because I fill up all of the tires when I check them in. So that's not a lack of air, that's just a sensor. Fuel light, I'm gonna have to add some fuel, so that will go away. 203,000 miles on there. like I said, 203,000 miles on a Toyota is not the end of the world. I did notice there's a little crack in the windshield right there. I don't know if you can see this. And the as far as the title, I do not have, the auction did not say that it was a prior salvage title, but they did say that it was a total loss caused by collision in 2025. So this just happened last year. And I do have to get a new title. So it should be a clean title. But I just double check with me after I get the title, just to make sure. But it should be a clean title, because it did not have to go, it did not go to a salvage yard. It did not go to a recycler. It just went, I don't know how it all went, but it went back to the owner. So there's that. I'm gonna turn the radio on. You see we've got navigation on there if you use navigation. Radio. There's the radio works. Let's see. Turn our air conditioning on. Alright, we'll see if, let's see, turn the fan up. We'll see if that works. And we've got our heated seats down here. Those lights come on, so I'm kind of assuming that they work. And then there is no check engine light, but the pending code is a 335 camshaft position sensor A circuit, or crankshaft position sensor A circuit. You know, whether that has anything to do with a sensor that's under the, under there, because I know the crankshaft is usually under there. The crankshaft sensor is usually under there, but I don't know for certain how that all is affected. But all right, AC, I'm gonna say it blows cold, so we're gonna turn all this down so we can turn this down so we can hear the car. Turn it off so we can hear the car. All right, this car's waiting for me. All right, first off, there's a little bit of wheel bearing noise. I'll try and determine which one it is, but my guess is it's probably on the front passenger side. But it drives really well. It's got good acceleration. It even drives pretty smooth. Seatbelt light works. Alright, I'll get it on. Hold on. Just a minute. What is that light? Oh, that's cool. It's got my miles per gallon. Like, I don't know if you can see that. There's light over here. It's got my miles per gallon. And so it's got like your instant miles per gallon on there. But it's driving well. It's driving pretty smooth. It does have the wheel bearing noise, but other than that, I don't hear any other suspension noise as far as like struts, ball joints, anything like that. It's really responsive as far as like, your tie rods and all of that. As I turn the wheel, the car responds. I'm going to turn. Let's see if I can determine which wheel bearing we've got here. Go that way. Go that way. That way. That way. Well, I don't 100% know which wheel bearing it is. It's probably one of the ones in the front, but I don't 100% know which one it is. Just I can't tell from just my simple testing right there. Left turn signal works. Right turn signal does not work, obviously, because there's no headlight in there. We will check our cruise. Cruise works. Whoops, gotta stay in my lane. There's my wipers. And let's see, how do we do the fluid on this? Fluid does not work, but that may or may not be hooked up. Just kind of depending on, you know, where it is down there and all of that. So that may need a little bit of repair. There are windows. The driver's side window works. Passenger side window works. Rear passenger side window works. Rear driver's side window works. So, brakes, good and solid, no grinding, no vibration, no pulling. So long story short, overall, this vehicle has a lot of potential. It is going to require a little bit more than the purchase price. So take whatever price Matt puts on here and just probably add $700 to $1,000. And I'm completely pulling that number out of the air. But just because it does need some body work, and then it does need, I think, probably just the wheel bearing as far as mechanically. But other than that, it's a pretty decent running car. And it's a Toyota, which means it's probably going to be pretty decent running for a long time. So, if you have any questions, you're welcome to shoot them at me, and I'll see what I can do for you as far as answering them. And yeah, and if you want, I can probably try and help you find some body parts and just kind of see if that's a way you want to go. But for right now, my cell phone, if I haven't given it to you yet, or if you can't find it, my cell phone is 309-267-7200. I would be more than happy to answer any questions for you. Thanks, guys.